the planning and all the preparation, and finally kicks off today. It is the subscriber series, and we have matchup number 1, the All Flakes versus the Crusaders here at Eden Park to kick us off. Hello everyone and welcome back along to the crib, where it is the biggest series of all time kicking off for season number 2. It is the Global Rugby Challenge, the subscriber series, where you guys out there get to test yourself against the world's best club versus club. Now, if you've been tuning into the series so far, you'll know if you've got a player, who he's playing for, where he's playing, who his teammates are, and when your first match will be. But today's the day for the All Flakes to take the field for the first time. And here is their starting 15 for today's matchup. The front row, Nicholas Friedlander, Luke Lambert, and Shady Streetwalker along the front. In the second row, Benjamin Grayson Opana, Caleb Cook. In the backs, it is Dean Mumberg alongside Brett Hartley, and at number 8, it is Akahara Kamana. In the back lines, we have Jimmy Henderson partnering George Pullman. In the halves of Bob Jeffrey and Adam Fleetwood centering the midfield. On the left wing, it is Liam Sims-Wells, and on the right wing, Ike Wrigley takes the number 14 jumper. And at the back for the All Flakes will be Christian Catley. That is the All Flakes side, they're starting 15. Let's see who they're up against. It is the Super Rugby champions, the Crusaders. And there's not much you can really fault about this team, is there? They are one of the best club sides going around World Rugby at the moment. All Blacks are plenty. Moody, Taylor, Franks, you put them in a black jersey and you've got no complaints. The second row, not much different, with Barrett and Whitelock together. Taufua, Todd, Reed have all been there, done that for years, and played at pretty much the top level. Bryn Hall partners Richie Molinga, two up-and-comers in the halves of Ryan Crotty and Goodhue in the centres. Seta Tamani Valu and Israel Dag on the wings, with Sean Wainui at fullback for the defending Super Rugby champions. Will they have what it takes to get their season off to a good start? Will this new team, the All Flakes, get the damage done? We will find out over the next 18 minutes of glorious subscriber series action. It is the All Flakes in their biggest game to date. They are receiving the kickoff in the black and white, Crusaders, of course, in the red and black kits. You'd have it no other way, as it's taken down by the All Flakes, and Friedlander has the first hit up of the match for the home side. A little bit of a turnaround, dummy run there from Henderson. He gets it away to Mumberg, and Dean Mumberg has a bit of a run through the guts, gets out of the 22. Henderson back to Streetwalker, fires it wide for Wrigley. Wrigley's got a man outside, it's Brett Hartley. Hartley opens up on the wing. He's still by meant to be Wainui. Gets it away to Pullman. Pullman could go all the way here. He's got a big chase on him. His own tag won't stop him. And Pullman goes in. First try of the series goes to George Pullman. Not much happening out wide. The big flank of Brett Hartley was all alone. How he found the support there, I do not know. Inside to Pullman, got started, had to run up there against Bryn Hall, who didn't really batch him with acceleration. And that is what got them over the line. Great run inside as well. And this was sensational inside support there from Kamana. Didn't need the big man. Great try to start off by the All Flakes. And Pullman, he really pinned back that afro. Got himself the best slipstream he could do as he scooted away at his highest speed. Conversion by the try scorer is successful at 7-0. All Flakes, surprisingly some may think, lead the Crusaders early on here at Eden Park. Israel Dag, he just kicked off 6.5 or so minutes ago. Now he's back here, getting the game underway. His team trailing by 7. Dag goes long, very, very long. He fires it down into, well, the try assist, wasn't it? Brett Hartley. They threw it through the back lines. And it's Sims-Wells, who's got some options of room. He fends one, stamps another. Oh, he's kept it in somehow. Kamana does very well. Hangs on, and Lambert gets open. And the hooker tries to barge his way through. How about that ball from Sims-Wells there, number 11, the little man on the left. He was explosive. Here he is again. Puts in a little kick. Straight down the throat there of Wainui. They turn it back here, the Crusaders, and eventually it is Kieran Reid who's taking the hit up, and they are midway, 22 halfway. Pick and go from Taufua. That is a forward pass, I can only presume, yes. And that was a shocker from Jordan Taufua. A bit debatable whether that was actually forward. And he got it.
Crouch. Bind.
Looked like good Hugh. And it's a scrum feed now to the All Flakes. How will this pack stand up to one full of All Blacks? Fair from Henderson, and he waits for it at the back. It is Kamana. And they do see it now. It is Kamana who's going to have a bit of a run too. He's a big unit, and he strives his way through. Takes down in the second wave there. Pick and go here from Cook. Oh, what a ball away though. Fleetwood does well. And Adam Fleetwood charges towards the 22. We're being driven backwards. Pullman waits for it. He goes to his right. Lambert knows one way. No, he's passing nicely. Jeffrey. Bomb Jeffrey. 2 on 1. Oh, the pass from Jeffrey. Looking out wide for Ike Wrigley, who could have scored his first try. And the ball was a shocker. Crusaders, they survive somehow. 20 minutes gone, that's not straight, it's gone wide and turned over by the All Flakes. Here is Jeffrey, a terrible ball out to Sims Wells again, who struggles his way through the would-be tackler, and it's turned over as well. I'm sure there's an advantage there, must be over though, by the referee as they come out left side. Tamani Valu looks to make inroads to this All Flakes defence. It's there for Mwanga. He picks it off the back and has a bit of a go, and it's kicked over the head of Bob Jeffrey, who's covering back there in the place of Christian Catley, who can't get back. He was buried in the bottom of a ruck. So line out called here for the All Flakes. Luke Lambert, South African, throws into the front and looks straight for a 3 go. Grayson and puts it down. Pullman away to Jeffrey. Jeffrey runs hard. He can't pass, but he can run, that's for sure. This time, chooses a little grabber. Cook gets chase. It's a good chase, but it's just back there for Goodhue. That one looked forward. Britton Hall is wrapped up from Dean Mumberg. Great tackle there from the blindside flanker. Pick and go now from Moody. And it is the little man, Henderson, that pulls him down. Once again there, and Taylor gives it away. Oh, that's being lost backwards, and they are in trouble now, the Crusaders. Desperation as they find it wide, and they make a break nicely away too. It's Ryan Crotty, all by himself, can't get an offload away. He had Tamani Darlow on his shoulder. Good tackle there by Catley at the back. Made it pay, put him to ground. Crusaders one off plays again. They look dangerous as they escape their 22. Left side is Ryan Crotty, who's just stood up and he's got the ball straight back. Now they go out to Goodhue. Good little off play there, trying to find the skull. Oh, look at this from Brett Hartley, that's high. Oh, that is a high, nasty tackle. Kieran Reid, yellow card. Oh, that is game-changing right there. The inspirational leader, Kieran Reid, is off to the bin for 10. And this could change the whole outlook of the game. The Crusaders were starting to build, and without hesitation, the All Flakes say, let's take 3. Let's get points on the board. This series is going to be tight. Teams are evenly matched. Here is Pullman. He's hit it nicely, and he knows his way to kick a goal. And he adds the extra 3. It is 10-0. It's all Pullman too. He's got all 10 of them. And the Crusaders now staring down a double scoring deficit now to get back into this lead. And they've got a man in the bin as well. Their captain, Reid. Israel Dag. Imagine it'll be a player like him or Crotty that will be taking the reins. Cook quickly away to Freilander. Terrible ball, but Lambert picks it up. And Jeffrey gets a nice one. Oh, beautiful offload this time, Jeffrey. What a pass there from Kamana. He gets it open. Wrigley, they're still going here, the All Flakes, but that was a shocker. So it all comes quickly unstuck. But that was very good. The pass, Pullman to Kamana, I think it was exquisite. Now the Crusaders need to get back in this game. Stolen at the front. Oh, that is just criminal. Pullman goes straight to the line. And they're right on to 22. Clever team now would kick this ball out front. And oh, Wrigley had to work. He has had terrible service out there. Ike Wrigley, he has been left absolutely on his own. Terrible passes. Should have scored a try. But, oh, unbelievable. The Crusaders turn this over. A chance now for them to score. This would be against run of play. They should have kicked this out. Great run through from Dag. Israel Dag. Good tackle there from Bob Jeffrey. Still there, though, for Taufua. Taufua spotted a little hole. Big tackle coming on him from Caleb Cook, who turns this over. Sims Wells out wide for Pullman. Oh, he's dropped it on the toe. What was he thinking? Wrigley once again putting in the hard yards, not getting the reward at the moment. Pick and go from Moody. Town forward. Wide. Oh, that is a great run from Ryan Crotty. He goes inside. They continue the width. Oh, what a ball. Back it goes. And Ryan Crotty will score. That is well deserved. He has led this Crusaders team. And remarkably, a man down, they have scored a try. The All Flakes have been a bit exposed here. One man beaten, and they were all at sea with numbers and defensive structure. It went absolutely pear-shaped. Well, teams watching this will be looking with glee. Look at that, straight through, 3 men, pretty much all on the floor, and there was just no regathering that without a breakdown for the All Flakes. Crusaders capitalise, and they will go into half-time with the score very much a lot more even than we thought it was going to be. You can imagine Israel Dag should stop this one without any worries, so I think Richie Moanga will be a bit annoyed that he's not taking him. But if he gets this, how can you complain, which he does? It is 10-7. It is quite a game on at the moment between the All Flakes and the Crusaders. There was going to be no thrashings. I'd be surprised if we see many big ones here. There's going to be a lot of tries, a lot of points, but they're going to be close. 10-7 is a halftime score. The All Flakes lead thanks to a penalty off the high tackle from Brett Hartley, who's having actually a good game as well. He assisted the first try and then, well, he assisted the penalty as well. They've got all the possession, but none of the territory, the All Flakes, and they had to work hard for all their points as well. The Crusaders, though, yellow card has let them down. A team you think will be used to it, but the All Flakes making all the mistakes on the other hand, gifting the ball back to the Crusaders on many opportunities. It is just 3 points of difference, though. One scoring play, whoever gets out of the blocks quickly and early in the second half could count themselves a good way towards taking this match out. It is only 3 points difference, the Crusaders trailing the All Flakes. Back to the action now, second half about to kick off. It is round 1, match 1, game 1 of the Global Rugby Challenge. It is the most must-see rugby tournament in world rugby at the moment. Underway we go through Pullman, who goes high left side. He's having a stalling match at the moment. Pullman and Sim Wells as well is playing exceptional on the left wing. Henderson puts them on the front foot early here. The All Flakes. Streetwalker. Oh, what a ball from Streetwalker. Lambert tries to get out to Wrigley. Wrigley just cannot buy a trick out there at the moment. He's playing well. We'll turn this over. And away goes Franks. Numbers on the left side. Tamani Balu looks to kick. Wow, and got hammered as well. Back there, tricking back Jeffrey. Here is Sims Wells. He's in trouble in his own and goal, looking for a gap. Steps it and goes straight through. Sims Wells outside of 22. One man to beat. Coming across to make the tackle. He won't do it. He'll leave it for dust. One knew he had nothing. And Sims Wells scores possibly the try of the Global Rugby Challenge in the first match. Wow, he talked about how explosive and how good he was. How he's been in this game so far. Set the recording button to on because this was extraordinary. Sims Wells with a little bit of space on the left side, and he just booked it. It was definitely a pace race, and he didn't look too much quicker than the rest, but Wainui, not the quickest man in this Crusaders side. If Israel Dag had been tricking back there, that could have been really interesting. But he was caught up way on the other side of the field. Just trots along his own and goal. And you've seen his eyes light up with that little gap just come exposed with the All Flakes player tricking back. Looked like it was Mumberg or Kamana who was going back there. One of the big boys. And he just slots straight through. It was a beautiful line. And he did it all himself. Pullman adds the extras. It is 17-7. And that is a nice lead for the All Flakes to open up. Well, that man could have made a difference if he was there. He's not. At his speed, I think he would have given Sims Wells a bit of a hurry up. As he was Fryland always squirt that out the back there as he tried to break that first tackle. Mumberg picks it up though. Henderson, waited Fleetwood. Fleetwood, he's been nice as well. Jeffrey gets the ball from Frylander. They stack it up here. Henderson goes to a bit of a scamper. Wrigley's had nothing to play with. He looks up and sees 3 Crusaders defenders and says, no, I'm not having that. This time they've turned it over, the Crusaders. And through goes Franks, almost Hartley. Hangs on by his shirt. Pick and go from Moody. Now he goes wide. Goodhue. Plenty of options out here as well. Dag up against Sims Wells. That's the matchup we should have been seeing. Oh, Streetwalker's turned it over. The English prop. Now it's Sims Wells again. He's a real danger. Chips over the top. He beats one over base. Oh, he missed it. He didn't dedicate to it. And he just went a bit early. It has been regathered though. Back it goes to Pullman, who is looking for some sort of kicking here. He's gone high, and there's no one really chasing it. It's a terrible play from Pullman. He looked up, saw some options. Looked like he's going for a drop goal for a second, but pushed it way out to the right, hoping someone out there like Wrigley could have been on hand, but didn't come his way. Lambert throws to the back, and there's Brett Hartley. Oh, the impressive Brett Hartley puts it on a platter for Jimmy Henderson. And he has spilt it all over the floor. Terrible from Jimmy. Probably his proudest moment of the match so far. He's been solid, the Irish scrum half, but it'll be his last point so far. Scrum feed now, which has been an even battle. Bryn Hall has it for the Crusaders. Puddin has generally resulted. Oh, that's a great shove. I was about to say to the receiver, but this time, oh, the Crusaders hit back just as I thought the All Flakes might nick it. No, well done, Crusaders pack. Hall, Moanga, skip out pass going to Goodhue. Eventually get it out there. Now it's Sims Wells. Oh, on his round tag. He puts him down, and Sims Wells turns the ball over. He puts the little grubber ahead as well. Jeffrey gives chase. And they're all out there. Great tackle there from Jeffrey. Chasing, putting pressure on. Wainui at the back. There, and back it goes. Moanga. Well, he drills this straight to touch. He didn't get much ground from it. Not really a day to remember so far for Richie Moanga. And the All Flakes, a real opportunity now to put another try on the board. 14 to go, 2 tries still required for the bonus point. Here is Jeffrey, tries to slide through, but a great tackle. Ryan Crotty will not let anyone through that gap, doesn't matter how good you are. Mumberg. It's right to the 22. It's there for Henderson. Holds on to this time. Fleetwood. Oh, this is very flat here from both teams. Crusaders up quickly, but the All Flakes not giving themselves depth on the ball. That is absolutely dreadful pass out to Sims Wells. Oh, he's got the penalty. How about that? Goodhue dived on it, and there was 3 All Flakes players wrapping him up like an early morning Christmas present, not letting him go, and he did not release the ball. So diving for possession has cost the Crusaders, and now it is George Pullman who has a look at another 3 points. He scored all of them except for the Sims Wells try, and that is another 3 for Pullman, who has been a delight here today for the All Flakes. Puts it up to 20 points to 7, and you can see straight away what the objective is here from the All Flakes. It is win, win, win at all costs. 8 minutes to go. With that, you'd imagine the bonus point is out the window, but the result, you'd say, more or less, is in the bag. 2 converted tries would see the Crusaders right back in it, as Fleetwood has been absolutely smashed. Here is Akara Kamano, finds it away to Jimmy Henderson. He's got a handy boot on him as well. He's got that overhead of Wainui, and Sean Wainui's day goes from bad to worse as little Jimmy Henderson plants this one deep down in Crusaders territory. 4 minutes to go. Cody Taylor will throw. Taking time, the Crusaders don't have this time. Straight to the middle it goes, and straight to Caleb Cook. Here's Bob Jeffrey away to Pullman, going on the outside. Oh, another terrible pass. But great pickup there. Sims Wells has been amazing, but the pass away just didn't find support they needed. Here comes Moanga. Catley turns him down. Absolutely thrashed him to ground. And over the top as well, Richie Moanga, great break. But Christian Catley hasn't done much tonight, but he did everything he has had to do very, very well. Oh, it's a tap here from Pullman, and Grayson charges straight through the middle. No other way you'd see him go. Set for Hartley. Right to Nicholas Friedlander. He gets those legs pumping, tries to force his way through. Luke Lambert has a go now. The hooker, as he gets them up to the 22, the All Flakes. A real forward dominated play at the moment. Oh, great offload to Grayson. Grayson's up behind him now. Oh, wow. High tackle, Sean Wainui. That is disgusting. What a pass from Akahana Kamana. Take a bow, so that was just extraordinary. Put Grayson through and away. There's only one way Shortway knew he was stopping him, and that was flattening him around the hand. Here is Lambert. Well, they may lose this here, the All Flakes. They maybe, there's no advantage of taking 3, but they wanted another try just for the road. And there's a pick and go from Barrett. Turned over, Kamana! He's over, isn't he? He's surely over. No! It's been placed down from Reeve, and that is full time. Quickly, the referee calls it over, and the All Flakes celebrate a very, very well structured victory here. They played very, very well, and they did enough to get the victory. Bonus point probably wasn't at the top of their minds, but victory over the Super Rugby champions was top priority. They had to work very hard. It was moments of brilliance, especially that try to Sims Wells, who was just fantastic. Pullman, exceptional as well. The fly half did every cool role very well. Didn't kick too much, but his running game was excellent. Henderson took over most of the kicking duties, but 2 tries, 2 conversions, and 2 penalties equals 20 points for the All Flakes. Pullman picking up 15 of those points as well. For the Crusaders, well, they should have got a lot more. They only managed to 1 try through Ryan Crotty, converted by Israel Dag. So, could have been more from the Crusaders, but they do look very, very dangerous if you do not put them away. Very good in the front row, and the pack dangerous as well by the Crusaders. So, early signals saying this is going to be a very, very tight series, the Global Rugby Challenge. On to the stats, and much like half-time, possession was all with the All Flakes. Territory, though, was there with the Crusaders. They played the game in the right areas, just couldn't force enough mistakes or enough opportunities for them to score more than the 1 try in that 18 minutes there, the Crusaders. They did give away a lot of penalties, and you've got to say 2 of them obviously resulted in points, but at that later stage, more and more of them were just territory as the All Flakes just dominated most of the match. Line breaks, though, you see that 8-6. The All Flakes made only 2 more, yet they only scored 1 more try. So a low-scoring game, but the Crusaders could have done a lot better in this matchup. They just didn't have the clinical finishing, and the yellow cards cost them 2 in the match, and you just can't play 20 minutes with only 14 men. It's poor errors from the Crusaders, but a promising start, so I think they could offer a lot more as this season goes on. Okay, so round 1 is complete for the All Flakes, and they are the first team in action as well. They've picked up 4 points. They didn't quite grab the bonus there for picking up the tries, but next up we do have the Celtic Dragons. Their first match ever in the Global Rugby Challenge is coming up next, up against Toulon. So here's a look at the table. We'll get off that green because white's on green, just can't read it. 4 points the difference, 13 points differential as well, plus for the All Flakes. So a close one, a tight one, but they are off and away with their first victory of the Global Rugby Challenge. The Crusaders sit at the bottom, but do not expect them, well, I would say don't expect them to stay there, but we have a high quality calibre of teams in this year's competition. Here is a list of the fixtures coming up in round 1, so you all know when your team is playing. The All Flakes obviously 20-7 over the Crusaders. Next up is Toulon at home versus Celtic Dragons. Scarlets Wasps are the AI match before the Exeter Chiefs host the Flakers, and Munster host the Guardians of the Crib before Clermont close up round 1 against the Lions. So there's the other 3 teams in action. If you're in one of them, that's the match you have to look out for. Episode 2, 3, or 4. Maybe we'll structure this in round episodes so we can have round 1, episode 1, 2, 3, something like that. But we'll see what happens and see how it goes. That is matchup number 1 of the Global Rugby Challenge complete. A stunning game, a very exciting game, an absorbing game that didn't have the flashiness of a lot of matches like Season 1. It was a ground down win. It was close, it was tight, and it was quite an exciting match. If only the Crusaders could have turned up a little bit more, we could have had a real thriller on our hands. But be sure to tune in next up for the debut of the Celtic Dragons. They're up against Toulon. What a game to start with. I can't wait for that one. I hope to see you all there for the big match between the Dragons and Toulon. Until then, thank you for tuning and watching. Hope you're enjoying the series. Kicking off finally. And I hope you're looking forward to seeing your player in action. Each match will be a full rotation of the bench as well. So if you didn't play today for the All Flakes, 100% you will play in their second match. So only 7 extra players don't play, so they fully come on next match in rotation. So you can guarantee you see yourself in match number 2. Again, thanks for tuning and watching. Hope you're enjoying the series, and I'll see you all for the Dragons up against Toulon. Until then, take care.